As the rescue team worked to extract the survivors, the battle raged around them. The combined fleets fought with everything they had. When it seemed the swarm might overwhelm them, Admiral Peterson gave the order for the human fleet's final weapon. "Deploy the resonance cascade," he commanded. A wave of energy spread from the human ships, designed to shatter the swarm's collective consciousness. Millions of creatures died instantly. Others flowed in disarray, no longer connected to the hive mind. The Swift Justice returned to the Deterrence with the rescued survivors. As medical teams rushed to care for them, Miller found Woods and Peterson on the bridge. "Mission accomplished, sir," she reported. "All survivors recovered." Peterson smiled. "The swarm is retreating. We've won this battle." High Chancellor Mortex approached, his crystal body glowing brightly with emotion. "Admiral," he said formally, "on behalf of the consortium, I thank you. Your people, once thought to be myths, have saved us all." 1 month later, representatives from all worlds gathered for a historic ceremony. The Helios Accords officially recognized Earth as the 8th member of the renamed Galactic Alliance. Dr. Zelax watched as Admiral Peterson and Chancellor Mortex signed the document. The blue-skinned academic had rewritten his famous book. The new title, Humans, From Myth to Allies. The myths had become reality, and the galaxy would never be the same. The twin suns of the Helios system cast an orange glow over the assembled fleet. Human ships formed their planet-sized sphere at the center, while consortium vessels surrounded them in protective layers. From the surfaces of 3 nearby worlds, billions watched the sky, knowing their fate depended on the coming battle. On the bridge of the Deterrence Admiral Peterson studied the tactical display. The void swarm approached like a massive dark cloud, blotting out stars as it moved. "They'll be in range in 30 minutes, Captain Woods reported. Peterson nodded. "Launch reconnaissance ships. I want eyes on that Pioneer *. Lieutenant Miller prepared to board her small, fast ship, the Swift Justice *. She would lead the special mission to recover any survivors from the Pioneer *. Commander Drex stood at her side, checking his weapons. "Your brother is lucky to have such a determined sister," he said. "You didn't have to join this mission," Miller told him. "It's extremely dangerous." Drex's scaled face showed what might have been a smile. "My people respect strength and loyalty. You have shown both. I will help you find your brother." Their team of 12, 6 humans and 6 Draxians, boarded the Swift Justice *. The rescue mission would launch once the main battle created an opening in the swarm. On the consortium command ship, Dr. Zelax activated the communication system that would broadcast to all 7 consortium worlds simultaneously. His forehands trembled slightly as he prepared to address trillions of beings. "Citizens of the consortium," he began. "For centuries, we believed humans were just myths, stories told to frighten children. I personally taught that humans could not possibly exist. I was wrong." He paused, collecting his thoughts. "Humans are real. And today, they fight alongside us against a threat that would destroy all life in our galaxy. Remember this moment. Today, myths become saviors." The battle began suddenly. The front edge of the swarm accelerated, sending thousands of creatures ahead of the main body. The trap was set. As the creatures approached the human fleet, the massive sphere formation opened, creating a funnel. "They're taking the bait," Woods reported. "Moving into the funnel formation. All ships, prepare to fire on my mark," Peterson ordered. 3, 2, 1, mark. 10,000 human ships fired simultaneously. Energy weapons, missiles, and specialized sonic disruptors hit the swarm from all directions. The funnel formation became a kill zone. Thousands of swarm creatures died instantly. But the swarm was vast. Millions more rushed forward, adapting quickly to the attack. Some creatures grew thicker shells. Others changed direction, avoiding the kill zone. "Launch second phase," Peterson commanded. The consortium fleet moved forward, Using the weapons Dr. Hayes and Dr. Zelax had developed, sonic blasts disrupted the swarm's neural network. Creatures began attacking each other in confusion. "Launch the asterisk, swift justice asterisk," Peterson ordered. "Now's their chance." Millard's ship shot toward the heart of the swarm, moving faster than any vessel in the fleet. Her team watched in silence as they passed countless swarm creatures, many now fighting each other in confusion. "There it is," Miller said as the asterisk Pioneer asterisk came into view. The old exploration ship was partially consumed by the swarm, but its central section remained intact. "Life signs confirmed," reported a crew member. "Stasis pods are active." Miller felt tears in her eyes. After 20 years, her brother might still be alive. The asterisk Swift Justice asterisk docked with the damaged ship. Miller and Drex led the team inside, fighting through swarm creatures that had breached the hull. They reached the stasis chamber and found 12 pods still functioning. "Jack Miller," she whispered, wiping frost from one pod to see her brother's face. "We found you." 1 month passed quickly as humans and aliens worked together to prepare for the Void Swarm. The asterisk Deterrence asterisk became the center of operations. Its massive war room was always busy with officers from both species planning battle strategies. Lieutenant Diane Miller stood with Commander Drex, watching a training exercise through the observation window. Human soldiers trained alongside Draxian warriors, learning to fight as a unit against the swarm. "Your people learn quickly," Miller observed. Drex nodded. "As do yours. Perhaps our species are not so different after all." This was high praise from a Draxian. Miller smiled. A month ago, Drex had wanted to attack the human fleet. Now he commanded a joint human-Draxian strike force. In another part of the ship, Dr. Alan Hayes worked with Dr. Zelax to analyze data from the damaged space station. The swarm scouts had left behind biological material that might reveal weaknesses. "Look at this," Hayes said, pointing to a screen showing cellular structures. "The swarm creatures share a neural link. If we could disrupt it, we might confuse the entire hive." Zelax finished. His 4 arms typed rapidly on different keyboards. "My people have developed sonic weapons that might work, combined with our electromagnetic pulse technology," Hayes began. "Yes," Zelax exclaimed. "A combination attack could be effective." In the command center, Admiral Peterson met with High Chancellor Mortex and the Council of Seven. The star map showed the swarm's progress, a dark cloud moving steadily toward populated space. "Our scouts report the main swarm will reach the Helios system in 2 weeks," Peterson explained. "It's our best chance to intercept them before they reach heavily populated worlds." "The Helios system has 3 inhabited planets," Counselor Iska noted, her insect mandibles clicking with concern. "We've already begun evacuations," Mortex assured her, "but Helios is indeed our best defensive position. The system's twin stars create a natural bottleneck for approaching ships." "Or approaching swarms," Captain Woods added. She had been promoted to fleet captain, commanding a mixed group of human and consortium vessels. "We'll position our planet-sized formation here," Peterson said, indicating a point between the twin stars. "The consortium fleet will provide support from these positions." Nickel Grant entered with new information. "Admiral, our deep space probes have returned with clearer images of the asterisk Pioneer asterisk within the swarm." She displayed the images on the main screen. The human exploration ship was embedded in the heart of the swarm, surrounded by millions of creatures. "It's still intact," Woods observed. "There could be survivors." "After 20 years, Counselor Vryn questioned. "We've detected energy signatures consistent with stasis pods," Grant explained, "and weak distress signals in human code." Peterson's face grew determined. "Then we have another objective, not just stopping the swarm, but rescuing our people. A rescue mission in the middle of a battle." Commander Drex looked skeptical. "That's tactically unsound." "We don't leave our people behind," Miller said firmly. "Ever." The aliens exchanged glances, impressed by this human loyalty. Later that day, Captain Woods found Lieutenant Miller in the ship's observation deck, staring out at the stars. Thinking about the Pioneer asterisk, Woods asked. Miller nodded. My brother was on that ship. Jack Miller, communications officer. Woods placed a hand on her shoulder. Why didn't you say something earlier? Didn't want special treatment, Miller replied. But now that we know there might be survivors, we'll find him, Woods promised. That's what humans do, the impossible. Across the fleet, preparations accelerated. Human engineers worked with consortium technicians to adapt their weapons for maximum effect against the swarm. Training exercises ran constantly. Supply ships moved between planets, gathering resources for the coming battle. On the eve of their departure for the Helios system, Admiral Peterson stood before a massive gathering of human and alien forces. His voice carried throughout the fleet via communication systems. Tomorrow we face an enemy that threatens all life in this galaxy, he said, not as separate species, but as united defenders of life itself. The swarm knows only hunger. We know courage, strategy, and determination. Dr. Zelax watched from the crowd, amazed at how things had changed. The humans that had been dismissed as myths now stood as allies, perhaps even saviors. The fleet prepared to jump to the Helios system. The greatest battle in galactic history was about to begin. On the main screen, Admiral Peterson appeared. His gray hair and lined face showed years of experience and worry. Captain, he acknowledged, I see you have guests. The station was attacked by swarm scouts, Woods reported. We offered evacuation. Peterson nodded. Chancellor Mortex, on behalf of Earth, I welcome you. The crystal being stepped forward. Admiral, it seems we face a common enemy. Perhaps we should discuss cooperation rather than old suspicions. Agreed, Peterson said. Captain Woods, bring our guests to the deterrence asterisk. We'll hold a full council meeting. As the handshake asterisk approached the human fleet, the consortium leaders stared in awe at the massive formation. 10,000 ships arranged in a perfect sphere, with the enormous command ship deterrence asterisk at the center. Your fleet is impressive, Mortex admitted. Built for this threat. Yes, Woods confirmed. Earth united all its resources to prepare for the swarm. Dr. Zelax studied the fleet with new understanding. Not an invasion force, but a defense. Exactly, Nicol Grant said. We didn't come to conquer the consortium. We came to save it. And ourselves. The handshake asterisk docked with the deterrence asterisk. As they disembarked, Lieutenant Miller noticed Commander Drex examining human technology with intense interest. Your weapons, the reptilian commander said suddenly. They are designed specifically for the swarm. Miller nodded. Their outer shells are resistant to energy weapons, but vulnerable to certain frequencies. We adjusted our technology accordingly. For the first time, Drex looked at the humans with something other than suspicion. My people are warriors. We could adapt these methods quickly. That's what we're counting on, Miller replied. Every species has something to contribute. Admiral Peterson greeted them in the deterrence asterisk's council chamber. Star maps and tactical displays filled the walls, showing the swarm's approach path. Welcome to the war room, he told the consortium leaders. We have 3 months before the main swarm arrives. Let's make them count. As humans and aliens gathered around the strategy table, Dr. Zelax reflected on the irony. For years, he had taught that humans were just myths. Now, these myth creatures might be the galaxy's only hope for survival. The space station shook again as more Void Swarm scouts slammed against its shields. Alarms blared. Red emergency lights flashed throughout the meeting room. We need to evacuate, High Chancellor Mortex announced. His crystal body flashed with patterns of alarm. Captain Woods activated her comlink. Woods to handshake asterisk. Prepare for emergency departure. Lieutenant Miller drew her weapon, a slim black device that looked harmless but could fire concentrated energy bursts. Captain, we should move now. Defensive positions, Commander Drex shouted to his soldiers. Despite his distrust of humans, the reptilian warrior knew when to set aside politics for survival. Security screens showed the attackers clearly now. They resembled giant insects with razor-sharp limbs and glowing red eyes. Their bodies were black as space itself. They moved with frightening speed, cutting through the station's outer layers. "Those are just scouts," Dr. Hayes explained as they hurried toward the docking bay. "The main swarm is much larger." "How do you know so much about them?" Dr. Zelax asked, keeping pace with his forelegs. "We've been studying them for decades," Hayes replied. "Ever since our ship Pioneer went missing." "The one you saw in the probe images," Woods added. They reached the docking bay, but the doors were locked down due to the emergency. Nicole Grant knelt by the control panel and connected a small device to it. "Our tech specialists created override tools for consortium systems," she explained as she worked. "Part of our preparation." The doors slid open. Beyond them, consortium personnel rushed to evacuation ships. "Your people are well prepared," Mortex observed, his tone a mixture of admiration and concern. "We had to be," Woods replied. They'd reached the handshake just as the station's main power failed. Emergency generators kicked in, providing dim lighting. "You should come with us," Woods told the consortium leaders. "We need to continue our discussion." "On your ship," Drex snarled. "So you can take us hostage." "The alternative is staying here with those," Miller said, pointing to a security screen showing swarm creatures breaking through an outer section. "We accept your offer," Mortex decided, overruling Drex's objections. Once aboard the handshake Captain Woods led them to the bridge. The human ship was smaller than consortium vessels, but impressively advanced. "Clear all moorings," Woods ordered. "Prepare for immediate departure." The ship detached from the damaged station and moved quickly away. Through the viewports, they watched more swarm scouts arrive. The creatures swarmed over the station like ants on food. "Contact the deterrence Woods told her communications officer. "Inform Admiral Peterson we have consortium representatives aboard." Commander Drex slammed his fist on the table. "This is treason. Sharing classified history with potential enemies." "Enemies?" Nicole Grant challenged. "We came to warn you about a threat that could destroy all life in your systems. Is that the action of an enemy?" Before Drex could respond, the station shook violently. Warning lights flashed. "We're under attack," announced a consortium officer. "Something has breached our outer defenses." On the screens, small, fast-moving objects swarmed toward the station. Advanced scouts from the Void Swarm had arrived sooner than anyone expected. Captain Woods watched the consortium leaders stare at the screen showing the approaching threat. Their reactions ranged from confusion to fear. She exchanged a quick glance with Lieutenant Miller. This was not how they had planned to reveal the Void Swarm's existence. "You know what this is?" High Chancellor Mortex said. It wasn't a question. Woods nodded. "We call it the Void Swarm. It's why we're here." "Explain," demanded Commander Drex. His reptilian eyes narrowed with suspicion. Woods gestured to Dr. Hayes, who stepped forward with his tablet. "The Void Swarm is a hive-mind entity that consumes all organic life in its path. We detected it approaching your galaxy 3 decades ago." He displayed images of the swarm, a vast cloud of darkness that blotted out the stars, made up of billions of insect-like creatures. "Impossible," Dr. Zelax whispered. "Our sensors would have detected something this large." "Your sensors are blind to certain energy frequencies," Nicole Grant explained. "Specifically, the ones the swarm uses to communicate." "Convenient," Drex growled. "This could be a trick, a fabrication to justify your invasion." "If we wanted to invade," Lieutenant Miller said quietly, "we would have done so without warning. Your defenses couldn't stop us." The room fell silent at her blunt assessment. Meanwhile, aboard the deterrence Admiral Peterson was meeting with Major Paul Ryan, Earth's chief intelligence officer. Ryan was a short man with sharp eyes and a serious expression. "Sir, while examining consortium archives, we found something interesting," Ryan said, displaying ancient text on a screen. "Look at this passage from their oldest records." Peterson read aloud. "The dangerous bipeds must remain quarantined. Their adaptability makes them unpredictable. Their potential power makes them a threat to galactic harmony." "There's more," Ryan continued. "References to containing the human problem appear in classified documents from over 500 years ago." Peterson's eyes widened. "They knew about us all along." "Some of them did," Ryan corrected. "The founders of the consortium encountered humans centuries ago. They deliberately classify our existence as myth." Back at the space station, Dr. Hayes was studying the deep space probe data when something caught his eye. He enlarged a section of the image, then gasped. "Captain," he called to Woods, "you need to see this." Woods looked at his screen. Among the probe images of the void swarm was a familiar shape, a human ship, badly damaged. "The Pioneer *," she whispered. The exploration vessel had disappeared beyond the galactic rim 20 years ago. Earth had assumed it was lost forever. "What is it?" Mortex asked, leaning forward. "One of our ships," Woods explained, "lost during an exploration mission decades ago. Somehow, it's caught in the swarm." Mortex's crystalline body flickered with blue light, a sign of deep thought among his species. "If there are survivors," Woods nodded, "we need to investigate." At that moment, Lieutenant Miller received an encrypted message from Admiral Peterson. She moved to Woods' side and whispered in her ear. "The Admiral found something. The consortium has known about humans for centuries. They classified us as dangerous and kept our existence secret." Woods kept her face neutral, but her mind raced. This changed everything. Across the table, Dr. Zelax noticed their whispered exchange. His forearms fidgeted nervously. As the consortium's expert on human myths, he had access to the ancient archives. He had seen those classified documents but dismissed them as historical fiction. "Captain Woods," he said suddenly, "there's something you should know." Every head turned toward him. "Some in the consortium have known about humans for a very long time," he admitted. "Our founders encountered your kind centuries ago and made a decision to contain you. Contain us," Woods repeated, her voice steady despite her shock. "They feared your potential," Zalax explained. "They saw how quickly you adapted, how resourceful you were. They predicted that if allowed to expand, humans would eventually dominate the galaxy. So they quarantined us," Woods said, "and turned us into myths." "Yes," Zalax admitted, "but now, facing this void swarm, perhaps they were wrong to fear you. Perhaps we need exactly what they feared, your adaptability, your strength." Captain Lisa Woods stood at the docking bay window as her ship, the *handshake*, approached the consortium's space station. The station was massive, shaped like a wheel with spokes extending from a central hub. It glowed with blue and green lights against the darkness of space. "Nervous?" asked Nicole Grant, coming to stand beside her. "A little," Woods admitted. "We're the first humans they'll meet face to face. Not counting the ones they've been telling stories about for centuries," Nicole said with a small smile. Dr. Alan Hayes joined them, holding a tablet. Final language check complete. The translation matrix is working perfectly. The *handshake* docked with a gentle thud. Woods took a deep breath. "Remember," she told her team, "we're here to establish peaceful contact. No sudden movements. Follow the protocol we practiced." The airlock hissed open. Woods led her team through, stepping onto consortium territory for the first time in human history. 5 aliens waited on the other side. Each looked completely different from the others. One had blue skin and 4 arms. Another looked like a walking crystal. A third resembled a giant insect. The fourth had tentacles instead of arms. The fifth looked almost human except for its purple skin and 3 eyes. The crystal being stepped forward. I am High Chancellor Mortex of the Galactic Consortium. Are you truly humans? Yes, Woods replied. I am Captain Lisa Woods of Earth. We come in peace. The alien with 4 arms, Dr. Zalax, moved closer, studying them with obvious fascination. After all my years claiming you didn't exist, he said, here you stand before me. Meanwhile, in the Consortium's military headquarters, Commander Drex of the Draxians pounded his fist on the table. We must attack now, he roared. His reptilian face showed rage, while they're distracted with talking. General Quill of the Quillians shook her feathered head. Attack. Did you see the size of their fleet? It would be suicide. We don't know their intentions, Drex argued. They could be here to conquer us all. Then why announce themselves? Quill asked. Why not simply attack? No, they want something else. On the deterrence asterisk, Admiral Peterson watched the meeting through Lieutenant Miller's hidden camera. She had joined Captain Woods's team as security, with a secondary mission to record everything. Sir, Commander Ortiz reported, our long-range sensors have confirmed. The Void Swarm has entered the galaxy. We have 3 months at most before it reaches populated systems. Peterson nodded grimly. Then we need this alliance more than ever. Back at the space station, Captain Woods sat across from High Chancellor Mortex. The formal negotiations had begun. Why have humans hidden from us for so long? Mortex asked. We needed to understand you first, Woods explained. To learn your languages, your customs, your technologies. You studied us, Dr. Zalax asked. Like specimens. Like potential friends, Woods corrected. We wanted to be sure our first meeting would be peaceful. And the size of your fleet. The insect-like Counselor Iska clicked her mandibles. Is that how you greet potential friends? The fleet was necessary, Woods said carefully, to ensure our message would be heard. Nickel Grant stepped in smoothly. We understand your concern. In your position, we would have questions too. Dr. Hayes adjusted his glasses. Perhaps we could share knowledge. Our observations of your cultures in exchange for information about the Consortium's history. The aliens exchanged glances. A fair proposal, Mortex said finally. We will share historical records. But first, we must understand your capabilities. A fleet of that size suggests either great resources or great threats. Woods hesitated. This was the crucial moment. Admiral Peterson had been clear. Reveal the Void Swarm threat only when absolutely necessary. Too soon, and the Consortium might think it was a trick. Too late, and they might not have time to prepare. Our fleet was built for defense, she said carefully. Earth has faced many challenges in its history. Against what enemy do you need 10,000 ships? Drex demanded, joining the meeting uninvited. Before Woods could answer, alarms blared throughout the station. A Consortium officer rushed in. High Chancellor, our deep space probes have detected something approaching from beyond the galactic rim. It's enormous and moving fast. Woods and Miller exchanged glances. The Void Swarm had been detected earlier than expected. Now they would have to reveal everything, ready or not. Officer Krell's monitoring station erupted with alarms. Screens flashed red as sensors overloaded with data. He stared in disbelief at the main display. Commander Vexa, he shouted. Look. Vexa rushed to his side. Her 4 eyes widened as she watched space itself seem to ripple and shift. Where empty void had been moments before, thousands of ships now appeared, arranged in a perfect sphere so vast it registered as a planetary body. What is that? She whispered, her voice shaking. Krill's fingers flew across the control panel. Unknown vessels. 10,000 at minimum. Their formation is, it's like nothing I've ever seen. Send emergency alerts to all Consortium worlds, Vexa ordered. Now. Across Consortium space, similar scenes played out. Monitoring stations, outposts, and orbital platforms all reported the same impossible sight. A fleet so massive it defied comprehension. On the consortium capital world, Nexus Prime, Dr. Zelax was still meeting with the Council of Seven when the emergency alerts began pouring in. "Counselors," a breathless aide announced, "you must see this." The chamber's central hologram activated, showing real-time footage from space. The council members gasped. Dr. Zelax felt his legs weaken. "Impossible," he muttered, but the evidence hovered before him, undeniable and overwhelming. High Chancellor Mortex turned to him, crystal body reflecting the red emergency lights. "Your expertise is needed now. Doctor, what are we looking at?" Zelax studied the hologram, noting the ship's design, their formation, their sheer number. Everything matched the old stories, the myths he had spent his career dismissing. They appear to be. He hesitated, hardly believing the words he was about to say. "Humans. The myth creatures." Counselor Iska scoffed. "Absurd." "Look at the evidence," Zelax said, pointing to the hologram. "Their ship design matches exactly the descriptions in the ancient texts. The formation, a defensive sphere, aligns with the theoretical battle tactics I outlined in my research. If these are humans," Counselor Vryn asked, "what do they want? Why reveal themselves now, after hiding for so long?" Before anyone could answer, the hologram shifted. A single ship detached from the massive formation and began moving toward Nexus Prime. Lieutenant Diane Miller watched through her pod's viewport as the human fleet revealed itself. The consortium outpost erupted with activity. Ships scrambled, communications spiked, and panic spread visibly through the facility. Her instruments recorded everything. "Observer 6 to command," she reported. "Operation Revelation successful. The consortium is responding exactly as predicted. Complete shock and disorganization." "Well done, Lieutenant," Admiral Peterson replied. "Return to the fleet. Your phase is complete." Miller activated her pod's thrusters and moved away from the outpost. After 3 years of hiding and watching, it felt strange to move openly. No more need for stealth. The pod's cloaking system disengaged as she headed toward the waiting fleet. On the Deterrence Asterisk, Admiral Peterson observed the consortium's reaction on multiple screens. Intercepted communications revealed confusion, fear, and disbelief. Some consortium officials called for immediate attacks. Others advocated surrender. Most simply couldn't process what they were seeing. "Sir," Captain Nichols reported, "the diplomatic vessel Handshake is ready to deploy." Peterson nodded. "Send them in. Captain Woods knows what to do." The sleek diplomatic ship detached from the fleet's formation. Captain Lisa Woods sat in the command chair, her face calm despite the historic nature of her mission. "Communications," she said to her crew, "prepare to broadcast on all consortium frequencies. Dr. Hayes, is your translation matrix ready?" Dr. Alan Hayes nodded from his station. "Ready, Captain. It will convert our message into all 7 consortium languages simultaneously." "Nicole, are you prepared?" Woods asked her cultural specialist. Nicole Grant nodded, tension visible in her shoulders. "As ready as anyone can be for first contact, Captain." Woods took a deep breath. Humanity had practiced this moment for decades, but practice couldn't fully prepare them for reality. She pressed the broadcast button. "Attention, Galactic Consortium. This is Captain Lisa Woods of Earth's diplomatic vessel Handshake. We come in peace and seek dialogue. Please prepare to receive our representatives." The message went out, echoing across consortium space. The myth creatures had found their voice, and every being in the 7 systems heard them speak. Lieutenant Diane Miller adjusted her stealth pod's position for a better view of the consortium outpost. The pod was small, barely larger than a coffin, but it kept her hidden from alien sensors. For 3 days, she hadn't moved more than a few inches. Her muscles ached, but the mission was worth the discomfort. She checked her oxygen levels. 6 hours remaining. Soon, she wouldn't need to hide anymore. "Observer 6 to command," she whispered into her comm. "The outpost has increased patrol activity. They suspect something, but they don't know what." Admiral Frank Peterson's voice came through her earpiece. "Understood, Lieutenant. Hold position. The fleet is almost ready." On the massive command ship Deterrence *, Admiral Peterson stood before the holographic display showing Earth's combined fleet. 10,000 ships arranged in a perfect sphere, a formation designed not just for defense but to make a statement. Humanity was not to be ignored. "Status report," Peterson said to the officers around him. "All ships report ready, sir," said Captain Jeff Nichols. "Formation is stable. Cloaking systems functioning at optimal levels," added Commander Gino Ortiz. Peterson nodded. "And the observation team?" "All pods in position," Ortiz confirmed. "They're ready to document the consortium's reaction." Peterson looked at the countdown timer. 3 hours until Operation Revelation began. After 30 years of planning, humanity was about to announce its presence to the galaxy. He thought back to first contact, when the scout ship Curiosity had accidentally encountered a consortium research vessel near Saturn. The humans had observed, undetected, as the aliens collected samples and departed, never realizing they weren't alone. That day, Earth's leaders had made a crucial decision. Humanity would study the aliens before revealing themselves. And study them they had. For 3 decades, stealth observers like Lieutenant Miller had gathered intelligence on the consortium's 7 species, their technology, politics, and weaknesses. "Sir," Ortiz said, interrupting his thoughts, "the advance team reports the Void Swarm has increased speed. We have less time than we thought." Peterson frowned. The Void Swarm, a hive-mind entity consuming all life in its path, was the real reason for humanity's grand entrance. Earth's scientists had detected the swarm's approach years ago. The consortium, despite its advanced technology, remained blind to the threat. "Move up the timetable," Peterson ordered. "Begin Operation Revelation in 1 hour." Back at the consortium outpost, Officer Krell couldn't shake his worry. The energy readings had grown stronger overnight. He had run diagnostics twice, convinced his equipment was malfunctioning. "Commander Vexa," he called over the comm. "The readings are still there. They've increased by 200%. Vexa arrived at the monitoring station, mandibles clicking with irritation. "Show me." Krell displayed the scan results. Even Vexa couldn't dismiss them now. "What is it?" she asked, her confidence wavering. "Unknown," Krell admitted. "But it's big. Bigger than anything we've ever detected." Vexa's antennae twitched. "Contact Central Command. Use emergency protocols." Meanwhile, Dr. Zelax arrived at the Council of 7 Chambers, puzzled by the urgent summons. The 7 leaders of the consortium species rarely gathered without months of planning. "Doctor," greeted High Chancellor Mortex, his crystalline body glinting in the light, "we face an unusual situation." "What situation?" Zelax asked. "Multiple outposts report energy signatures of unknown origin," explained Counselor Vryn of the Quillians. "Some suggest it matches the theoretical patterns described in your research." "My research?" Zelax was confused. "Your paper on hypothetical human technology," said Counselor Iska. "The energy signatures match your predictions with 97% accuracy." Zelax felt suddenly cold. He had written that paper as a thought experiment, nothing more. In her stealth pod, Lieutenant Miller received new orders. Operation Revelation had been moved up. She activated her recording devices and prepared to witness history. Throughout consortium space, thousands of observation posts like Krell's detected the growing energy signature. Panic spread as reports flooded in. On the Deterrence Admiral Peterson gave the final command. "Disengage cloaking systems. Let them see us." Across the vast formation, 10,000 ships shimmered into visibility, their combined mass registering on consortium sensors like a small planet. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same. Dr. Zelax looked out at the eager students in his lecture hall. Their blue skin glowed faintly in the dim light, antennae twitching with curiosity. Today's topic always drew a crowd. Human myths across the galaxy. The stories of humans appear on over 300 worlds. Dr. Zelak said, his forearms gesturing at the star map behind him. Yet no credible evidence of their existence has ever been found. A student raised her hand. But Professor, what about the ruins on Nexus Prime? Dr. Zelak chuckled. The question came up every semester. Those ruins were clearly built by the ancients, not some mythical humans. The carvings merely depict the ancients' trading partners. He clicked to the next slide. Today we'll examine why these human myths persist despite all scientific evidence. For 20 years, Dr. Zelak has been the Galactic Consortium's leading expert on debunking human conspiracy theories. His book, Humans, the Imaginary Apex Predator, was required reading at every academy in the 7 systems. As he lectured, far away at Outpost 42, Officer Krell yawned and stretched his tentacles. Monitoring the empty sector was boring work. Nothing happened here at the edge of Consortium space. He tapped the screen, running another routine scan. The sensor pinged. Krell frowned. That was odd. He adjusted the settings and ran it again. Another ping, stronger this time. Krell's heart beat faster. He pressed the comm button. Commander Vexa, I'm picking up strange energy readings from Sector 19. Commander Vexa's irritated voice crackled through the speaker. Probably just another space anomaly, Krell. Log it and continue monitoring. But sir, these readings match no known pattern in our database. Is it a ship? No, sir. It's bigger. A meteor swarm. No, sir. The energy signature is organized. Artificial. Commander Vexa sighed. Krell, how long have you been on duty? 14 hours, sir. Get some rest. Your imagination is working overtime. But sir, that's an order, officer. We're not going to panic over sensor ghosts. The Procyon delegation arrives tomorrow, and I need everyone alert, not chasing fantasies. Krell reluctantly logged off his terminal. Maybe the commander was right. Maybe he was just tired. But as he walked to his quarters, his skin prickled with unease. Back at the university, Dr. Zelak was finishing his lecture. Some believe humans are watching us even now, hiding beyond our borders, planning to reveal themselves. He smiled as the students chuckled. Such ideas make for entertaining fiction but poor science. A young Validian raised his hand. Dr. Zelak, what if the humans are real, but they're hiding from us? And why would they do that? Dr. Zelak asked, amused. Maybe they're afraid, or maybe they're studying us. Study us. Why would an advanced civilization hide instead of joining the consortium? No, young one. Logic dictates that if humans existed, we would have found solid proof by now. As the students filed out, Dr. Zelak's assistant approached with a message. The Council of 7 requests your presence at tomorrow's emergency meeting. Dr. Zelak frowned. Did they say why? Only that it concerns your area of expertise. That night, as Dr. Zelak reviewed his notes for the meeting, Officer Krell couldn't sleep. He snuck back to his monitoring station and ran the scan again. The energy signature was stronger now. Much stronger. In her stealth observation pod, Navy Lieutenant Diane Miller watched the consortium outpost with steady eyes. For 3 years, she had observed this facility, learning its routines, its weaknesses, its communications protocols. She tapped her secure comm link. This is Observer 6 to command. The consortium remains unaware. Their sensors have detected our power signature, but they've dismissed it. Admiral Frank Peterson's voice came through clearly. Good. Maintain position, Lieutenant. Operation Revelation begins in 12 hours. Diane smiled. After centuries of watching from the shadows, humanity was finally ready to step into the light, and the galaxy would never be the same.